ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters in Christ. Today I want to talk about something that touches every single one of us, our daily routine. You see, success is not built in a single day, it is built daily. It is not just about what we dream for the future, but about what we choose to do when we wake up in the morning, how we spend our hours, and how we end our day, the habits we keep, the thoughts we feed, the prayers we say, and the disciplines we follow. These are the bricks that build the house of our destiny. We live in a world that often tells us success is about big moments, the big break, the big opportunity, the big stage. But the truth is, real success is hidden in the little moments, the secret choices no one sees, the private victories that no one applauds. And just like the farmer sows seed day after day before he sees the harvest, your daily routine is the seed of your future. If your routine is careless, the harvest will be empty. But if your routine is intentional, consistent, and rooted in God's wisdom, you will see a harvest of greatness, purpose, and blessing. Starting your day with God is more than just a religious act. It is a declaration of who sits on the throne of your life. The very first moments of your day are powerful because they set the tone for everything that follows. When you wake up and choose to give your first thoughts, your first words, and your first focus to God, you are aligning yourself with His purpose before the noise of the world tries to pull you in every direction. The world will tell you to grab your phone, check your notifications, scroll through social media, or jump straight into the rush of work. But when you pause and say, Lord, this day is yours, you are stepping into the day with divine order instead of chaos. You are inviting the presence of the Creator into your schedule, your decisions, and your challenges. Starting your day with God is not about ritual. It is about relationship. It is about coming before Him not just to ask for things, but to hear His voice, to receive His wisdom, and to let Him remind you of who you are and why you are here. When you wake up, your mind is like fresh soil, ready to receive the first seeds that will shape its thoughts. If you sow seeds of worry, fear, or distraction, that will be the direction of your day. But if you sow seeds of faith, gratitude, and vision, you will carry that strength through every hour. Take a few moments to pray before you even step out of bed. Speak words of gratitude for the gift of a new day. Thank God for breath in your lungs, for another chance to live with purpose, for opportunities you may not even see yet. Gratitude shifts your perspective from what is missing to what is possible. After prayer, open the Word of God, even if it's just one verse or one chapter. The Scriptures are not just words on a page. They are life. They are nourishment for your soul. They are light for your path. When you fill your mind with His Word before you fill it with the news, the notifications, and the demands of the world, you are putting on spiritual armor before stepping onto the battlefield of life. Morning devotion is also the time to declare over your life the promises of God. Speak life over your family, over your work, over your dreams. Declare that no weapon formed against you shall prosper, that you are the head and not the tail, that you walk in favor and strength. These declarations are not empty words. They are aligning your mouth with God's truth so that your mind, your actions, and your emotions follow. Starting your day with God also allows you to receive direction. Life can be full of choices and uncertainties, but when you take time in the morning to be still, to listen, you often find clarity that rush and anxiety could never give you. God is not the author of confusion, and when you seek Him first, He often gives you wisdom that keeps you from wasting time, from walking down the wrong path, from falling into traps that would have slowed you down. Your morning routine becomes a place of strength when you make it consistent. Consistency is where transformation happens. Even 5 or 10 minutes spent with God every morning can change the way you think, the way you respond, the way you handle stress. It is like charging your spiritual battery before you go out into a world that will try to drain it. And this time is not just for the easy days, but even more for the hard days. Some mornings you will feel tired, rushed, or discouraged, and it will be tempting to skip this time. But those are the mornings when you need it the most. Those are the mornings when even a whispered prayer and a quick moment in the Word can shift the entire trajectory of your day. Over time, You will notice that starting your day with God is not a duty but a delight. It becomes the anchor that holds you steady no matter what storms may come. It becomes the secret place where your faith is renewed, your vision is sharpened, and your spirit is strengthened to face whatever lies ahead. Guarding your mind is one of the most crucial disciplines you can ever develop if you want to live a life of success and purpose. Your mind is the battlefield where victory or defeat is decided long before it shows up in your actions. Every day, countless thoughts, try to some uplifting, some destructive, some empowering, and some that would derail your entire day if you let them take root. When you learn to guard your mind, you are choosing to be the gatekeeper of what gets to live inside your head and what does not. You cannot always control the thoughts that come knocking, but you can control which ones you allow to stay. A thought can be like a seed. A thought you watered and give it space, it will grow and begin to influence your emotions, your decisions, and ultimately the direction of your life. This is why it's important to choose carefully what you allow yourself to dwell on. The world is filled with voices competing for your attention. The media, social media, advertisements, conversations, even your own fears and past experiences all try to shape how you see yourself and your future. If you do not guard your mind, these voices can slowly plant seeds of doubt, discouragement, and distraction until you are no longer moving toward your destiny, but away from it. Begin each day by setting an intention for your thought life. Remind yourself that not every thought is true. Not every thought is worthy of your focus, and not every thought is coming from God. Some thoughts come to steal your peace, to drain your energy, to stir up fear or anger. You have the authority to reject those thoughts and replace them with ones rooted in truth. This is not just positive thinking, it is spiritual warfare. It is choosing to stand on what God says about you rather than what fear, insecurity, or negativity tries to tell you. One of the most effective ways to guard your mind is to be mindful of what you feed it. Just as your body reflects what you eat, your mind reflects what you consume. If you constantly watch negative news, scroll through content that stirs jealousy, or listen to conversations filled with gossip and fear, your thoughts will begin to mirror that atmosphere. But if you fill your mind with wisdom, faith, inspiration, and knowledge, you create a mental environment where hope and creativity thrive. Read books that challenge you to grow. Listen to messages that uplift your spirit. Surround yourself with people who speak life and faith into your dreams. This is how you begin to transform your thought life from a place of anxiety and distraction to a place of focus and clarity. Guarding your mind also means being aware of the power of self-talk. The words you speak to yourself throughout the day shape your confidence and your energy. When you catch yourself saying, I can't do this, I'm not good enough, this will never work out, stop and redirect those thoughts. Replace them with truth. Say to yourself, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. I am equipped for every good work. What God started in me, He will bring to completion. These declarations are not just about boosting your mood. They are about training your brain to align with a higher reality than your current circumstances. Over time, this habit creates mental resilience so that even when challenges come, your first instinct is not to panic, but to trust, to strategize, act from a place of strength. Another key to guarding your mind is learning the discipline of focus. A scattered mind is a vulnerable mind when you allow yourself to be pulled in 1,000 directions. Notifications, endless scrolling, multitasking without purpose. You lose the ability to think deeply, to create, to solve problems. Take time to unplug, to silence distractions, to sit with your thoughts and intentionally direct them toward what matters most. Meditation on scripture, journaling, or even quiet reflection can help you reset and bring order to your inner world. A guarded mind is not a closed mind. It is a focused mind. It filters out the noise so that what remains is clear, purposeful, and empowering. When you guard your mind, you are building a fortress around your destiny. You are saying that no matter what chaos happens around you, inside you there will be peace, faith, and clarity. This discipline will not only change how you think, it will change how you speak, how you act, and how you respond to life's challenges. The quality of your thoughts will determine the quality of your decisions. And the quality of your decisions will determine the quality of your future. Disciplining your time is one of the greatest investments you can make in your life because time is the one resource you can never get back once it is spent. Every day you are given 24 hours, and how you use those hours determines the kind of life you will live. Success is rarely the result of one giant leap. It is most often the result of small, consistent steps taken every single day. Time is like a currency, and if you spend it carelessly, you will look back and wonder where all went. But if you spend it with intention, you will look back and see a life built with purpose. Disciplining your time means refusing to let the urgent always steal from the important. It means creating a structure for your day that reflects your priorities instead of just reacting to whatever comes your way. Start by deciding what matters most to you and build your schedule around those things. Too many people plan their life around everyone else's demands and then wonder why they feel exhausted, unfulfilled, and directionless. You cannot do everything, but you can do the most important things. That is what time discipline is about. Saying yes to what aligns with your purpose and saying no to what wastes your energy. When you wake up in the morning, know your mission for the day. Write down the top 3 things you must accomplish and let that be your focus before you get distracted by less meaningful tasks. This doesn't just make you more productive. It gives you a sense of clarity and control. Time becomes your servant instead of your master. Discipline also means creating routines and sticking to them even when you don't feel like it. Feelings are unreliable guides. They will tell you to sleep in, procrastinate, scroll endlessly, and avoid the difficult work that leads to growth. But discipline teaches you to do what needs to be done, whether you feel like it or not. When you commit to showing up consistently, you build momentum, and momentum is one of the most powerful forces for success. A well-structured morning routine can set the tone for the rest of the day, while a planned evening routine can help you close the day with peace and prepare for tomorrow with focus. This kind of rhythm reduces stress, increases your energy, and allows you to make steady progress toward your goals. Another part of disciplining your time is learning how to eliminate distraction. We live in a world that is constantly pulling for our attention. Social media notifications, endless entertainment, emails, messages, breaking news. If you do not take control of your time, these things will control it for you. Set boundaries with your devices. Schedule time for deep work without interruptions. Give yourself permission to be unreachable when you are working on something meaningful. Protecting your time is not selfish. It is stewardship. It is making sure the gift of your hours is spent on what will truly matter 5, 10, or 20 years from now. It is also important to understand that discipline is not about filling every moment with business. There is a difference between being productive and being busy. Productive time moves you closer to your purpose. Busy time simply fills the hours but leaves you drained and unsatisfied. When you discipline your time, you also make space for rest, reflection, and relationships. Success is not just about working harder. It is about working smarter and living with balance. Even God created the Sabbath as a reminder that rest is holy, that stopping is sometimes as important as going. Plan time to recharge, to be with family, to think, to dream. Those moments will refuel you for the work ahead. Time discipline also requires regular evaluation. At the end of the week, look back and ask yourself, did I spend my time on the things that matter most? What can I adjust moving forward? This habit of reflection keeps you from drifting and helps you course correct before weeks and months are lost. People who live with time discipline live intentionally, and intentional living is what separates those who merely exist from those who build lives of impact and legacy. Each hour becomes a building block, each day a step, each week a chapter in the story of your life. Taking care of your body is not just a matter of health, it is a matter of stewardship. Your body is the vessel through which you live out your calling, fulfill your assignments, and impact the world. When your body is weak, tired, or sick because of neglect, it becomes harder to focus, harder to work, and harder to pursue your purpose with excellence. Many people pray for strength, but do little to preserve the strength they have been given. Caring for your body is not vanity, it is responsibility. It is recognizing that you have been given one body for your entire life and choosing to treat it with honor so that it serves you well in the years to come. One of the most foundational ways to care for your body is through proper rest. Sleep is not a waste of time. It is when your body heals, your mind resets, and your energy is renewed. Without it, your productivity, mood, and clarity suffer. The world glorifies business and burnout, but a tired body and a foggy mind cannot perform at their best. Build a routine that allows for consistent and quality rest. Go to bed at a reasonable hour, limit distractions before sleep, and create an environment that helps your body wind down. Quality rest is not just about quantity of hours, but about entering a state where your body can truly restore itself. When you wake up rested, you are sharper, more focused, and more resilient throughout the day. Nutrition is another key part of honoring your body. What you put into your body fuels everything you do. If you constantly feed it processed foods, excess sugar, or energy drinks to keep going, you may feel a short burst of energy, but eventually you will crash. A disciplined diet filled with whole foods, vegetables, lean proteins, and plenty of water keeps your energy steady and your mind clear. It also strengthens your immune system, helps prevent the kind of health problems that can slow you down later in life. Food is not just about satisfying hunger. It is about giving your body the resources it needs to function at its highest level. The more intentional you are about what you consume, the more consistently you will be able to show up strong for your work, your family, and your calling. Physical movement is equally important. The human body was designed to move, not to sit still all day. Exercise does not have to be extreme or complicated. A daily walk, stretching, strength training, or any form of physical activity that gets your heart pumping can make a dramatic difference in how you feel and how well your body performs. Exercise increases your energy, improves your mood, and even boosts your mental clarity. It teaches discipline, builds endurance, and trains you to push past comfort zones, principles that translate into every area of life. When you care for your body through movement, you are investing not just in your physical health, but in your mental and emotional resilience. Taking care of your body also means paying attention to the signals it gives you. Too often people ignore signs of stress, fatigue, or pain until it becomes a crisis. Your body will often whisper before it screams. Learn to listen to those whispers. If you are constantly exhausted, consider whether you need to rest more, adjust your schedule, or make changes in your diet. If you are feeling stressed, practice techniques to calm your nervous system, deep breathing, cradling, or simply taking a break. Caring for your body is about prevention, not just reaction. The more proactive you are, the less likely you will be to face major breakdowns that could have been avoided. Another important aspect is balance. Caring for your body does not mean obsessing over perfection or becoming enslaved to fitness trends. It is about consistency and sustainability. It is about creating habits that you can maintain for a lifetime, not just for a season. Extreme diets, overtraining, or neglecting other areas of life in the name of health can lead to imbalance. True care for your body integrates physical health with spiritual, emotional, and mental well-being. When you see your body as a gift and a tool for fulfilling your purpose, you will be motivated to keep it strong, nourished, and ready for every assignment ahead. Your physical health becomes a foundation that allows you to pour into your work, your relationships, and your destiny with strength and energy. Working with excellence is one of the most powerful ways to honor your calling and position yourself for success. Excellence is not about perfection. It is about bringing the best of who you are to everything you do. It is about going beyond the bare minimum and choosing to do your work with care, with diligence, and with a sense of purpose. When you approach your work as something sacred, something that represents not just you, but also the values you stand for, you elevate it from ordinary to extraordinary. Whatever task is in your hands, big or small, becomes an opportunity to display integrity, discipline, and creativity. Too often people wait until they are in their dream job or on a big stage before they give their best effort, but the truth is that excellence in the soul opens the door to bigger opportunities. The habits you form in the ordinary seasons of life are the very habits that prepare you for the extraordinary seasons that lie ahead. Excellence starts with attitude. When you approach your work with gratitude instead of resentment, it changes the energy you bring to it. You begin to see every task as an opportunity to grow, to learn, and to add value. Even in difficult seasons, choosing excellence can shift your perspective from complaining about what you must do to appreciating what you get to do. This mindset will set you apart in a world where mediocrity is often the norm. People notice when someone shows up fully engaged, fully committed, and fully focused. That kind of energy is contagious, and it attracts opportunities, mentors, and even divine favor. Another key to working with excellence is attention to detail. Excellence lives in the details. The extra 5 minutes you spend double checking your work, the effort you put into improving your skills, the willingness to go back and make something right even when no one else would notice. These small acts may seem insignificant in the moment, but they compound over time to build a reputation of reliability and quality. People will begin to trust you, rely on you, and think of you when important opportunities arise because they know that whatever you touch will be done well. Excellence turns ordinary assignments into stepping stones for promotion. Consistency is also an essential part of excellence. Anyone can have a moment of greatness, but true excellence shows up day after day, even when no one is watching, even when it feels unnoticed. It is easy to give your best when you feel inspired, but working with excellence means doing your best even on the days when you feel tired, when the task feels small, or when the reward seems far away. Consistency is what builds character, and character is what sustains success once you achieve it. Without consistency, moments of achievement are short-lived, but with it, you create a lifestyle that naturally produces results over the long term. Working with excellence also means refusing to cut corners. The temptation to take shortcuts is strong, especially when you think no one will find out or when everyone else seems to be doing it. But every time you choose the shortcut, you compromise your integrity and weaken your own standard. Excellence demands that you do the right thing even when it costs you time, energy, or effort. This is what creates a foundation of trust, both with yourself and with others. You begin to build a sense of pride in your work, knowing that what you are offering is something you can stand behind without regret. Excellence is not just about results, it is also about how you treat people along the way. How you interact with others, whether they are clients, coworkers, family members, or strangers, reveals the spirit in which you work. Choose to treat people with respect, kindness, and patience, even under pressure. The way you speak, the way you respond, the way you carry yourself becomes part of the excellence you bring to the world. People remember not just what you did, but how you made them feel. And working with excellence means leaving a positive mark on every person you encounter. Finally, working with excellence is about constant growth. Excellence is never stagnant. It requires you to keep learning, keep improving, and keep raising your standards. Complacency is the enemy of excellence. There is always room to become more skilled, more knowledgeable, more effective. Seek feedback, invest in your personal and professional development, and stay curious. The more you grow, the more value you are able to offer to the world, and the more doors will open before you. Excellence becomes not just something you do, but something you are, a reflection of your character, your discipline, and your commitment to living a life that honors the gifts you have been given. Ending your day with reflection and gratitude is one of the most powerful habits you can develop because it allows you to close the day with clarity, peace, and purpose instead of stress and regret. Many people go to bed carrying the weight of unfinished tasks, unresolved frustrations, and unprocessed emotions, which not only affects their sleep, but also how they wake up the next day. Reflection helps you empty your mind of the noise and sort through what truly matters. It allows you to see what went well, what could have been done differently, and where you grew throughout the day. This process of reviewing your day is not about self-condemnation, but about self-awareness. When you take time to reflect, you give yourself the chance to learn from your experiences celebrate small wins, and adjust where needed so that tomorrow can be better than today. Gratitude is the second part of this practice, and it is just as essential. Gratitude shifts your focus from what went wrong to what went right, from what you lack to what you have. When you end your day by giving thanks, you train your mind to notice blessings instead of burdens. You begin to see that even in difficult days, there are reasons to be grateful, whether it is for the people who stood by you, the opportunities that came your way, the strength you had to get through challenges, or simply the gift of another day of life. This mindset of gratitude not only improves your emotional well-being, but also impacts your physical health. As studies have shown, it can lower stress levels and improve sleep quality. Taking time for reflection can be as simple as sitting quietly for a few minutes before bed and mentally replaying the day. Ask yourself meaningful questions. What did I accomplish today? What moments brought me joy? What challenges did I face and how did I handle them? What can I do differently tomorrow to move closer to my goals? Writing down your answers in a journal can be a powerful way to capture insights and track your growth over time. This written record becomes a source of encouragement later as you look back and see how far you've come, how much you've learned, and how faithful God has been through every season. Incorporating gratitude into this process can also be done in practical ways. Make a list of 3 to 5 things you are grateful for each night. They don't have to be big things. Often it is the small blessings that shift our perspective the most. A kind word from someone, a meal shared with family, a moment of laughter, a task completed, a prayer answered. Speaking these out loud or writing them down magnifies their impact because it takes them from fleeting thoughts to intentional acknowledgments. Gratitude is a powerful antidote to anxiety, discouragement, and discontentment. It reminds you that even if everything is not perfect, there is still good to be found ending your day this way. Also, gives you a chance to reset your heart and mind spiritually. Bring your worries, your burdens, and your failures before God and release them. This act of surrender brings peace because you no longer carry tomorrow's weight on today's shoulders. Reflection helps you see where you fell short so you can ask for strength to do better. And gratitude helps you see where God showed up so you can rest with confidence that He will do it again. This habit creates a rhythm of closure each night so you are not stuck in the past or overwhelmed by the future. You are free to rest fully, knowing you have done what you could for today and left the rest in His hands. This practice also improves your ability to make progress toward your goals because it keeps you aware of how you are spending your time. Many people drift through life without ever pausing to evaluate whether their daily actions align with their bigger vision. Reflection acts as a compass, pointing you back to your priorities when you get off course. It helps you identify patterns, both good and bad, so you can reinforce what is working and change what is not. Over time, this creates a cycle of continuous improvement where each day becomes a stepping stone toward a greater version of yourself. When you end your day with gratitude, you go to sleep with a lighter heart and a clearer mind. You wake up the next morning more energized, more hopeful, and more focused. This habit not only improves your nights, but also transforms your days, creating a sense of rhythm and stability that keeps you grounded even when life feels chaotic. Reflection and gratitude become the bookends that frame your day with meaning and intention, reminding you that every day is both a gift to be celebrated and an opportunity to grow